Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Echo. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that made this game and are making other games, you can go to their Patreon, which is $3 a month. So, on the last Let's Play, we intervened to stop the town from killing Chase, because that is bad. And then we were driving out of town and found Duke with the giant socket monster above him, which was weird because Duke was at City Hall, at which point I'm glad that the game was also like, why was that thing over Duke? He was behind us, and also Chase has his car keys, but he took Chase's car. So I'm wondering if this is like parallel universe stuff? Which would then actually make sense with regards to, like, the sequel Arches. How two of the characters who have died in most of the routes, that being Brian, well, maybe not most, but quite a few, Brian and Duke, are still alive in that thing. You know? But yeah, the monster chased us, and then we kept going around and around, and hey, it's somewhere over there, I think. I wonder what's gonna happen. You set face. Talk like this. And begin. I stare at my window, watching the hills move slowly by under the moonlight as we turn onto Lake Emma Road. Maybe taking one of the mountain roads out of town would be worth it. Whether we'd have enough gas when it happens. A crouched figure sits at the peak on the hill, just about 50 feet from where we are. I squint at it, just barely able to make out what looks like shoulders and a head hunched up under the light of the moon. Oh, shoot. Just checking the time. I'm directly across from the thing when I open my mouth. But I'm barely able to make a sound when it moves. It dashes down the hill in a blink of an eye, covering the distance between it and our car in a matter of 2 seconds. One moment, I'm staring at a tiny black figure, and the next, it's right up against the car, smashing into the side between my door and Jenna's. My head smacks in the glass, and I see a flash of white. At the same time, I hear Jenna shout at us to hold on. TJ screams. Carl yells. The lake. I watch as water begins to pool in through the broken window, the jagged glass getting carried in with the flow. The van is already halfway submerged. It crashed in the fucking lake. How can that be? We're nowhere near it. The water is shockingly cold and rising up to my knees. TJ yelps something incomprehensible. I see Leo thrashing at his seatbelt, trying to get it unbuckled, as the car battery shorts out and the cabin lights go dark. Carl! The hyperventilating ram splashes about behind. I can't open my door. I can hear the sound of the door handles being yanked. I grab my own, press the unlock button, and push outward, but the pressure of the water is too much. It doesn't budge. I try to wrangle my rifle up to butt the glass, but my seat got pushed far up in the impact. I can barely move, with my chest pushed up against the dashboard. Straining to wriggle free, I end up scraping my head along the roof. Piece of shit. God damn my stupid lanky ass. Carl, use your head. I don't know what to do, dude. The horns. Use the ram thing, or do the ram thing. I realize what Daxon's trying to say. Fucking species feature. Go, Carl! Okay. There's a shifting movement, followed by a hard slam. The glass shatters, and more water comes rushing in. There's a flurry of movement out of my windows as first Jenna and Carl, then TJ go through the window. I would think it would be like, hey, before we do that, can everybody unbuckle their seatbelts? Yes? No? Soon, the water's up to the nostrils, and my blood goes cold. I remember my uncle telling me something after we watched the movie, in a scene like this. Until the pressure's equalized, you can't open the door. It doesn't stop me from wrenching on the handle regardless. I push my maw up to the roof and take a huge breath before being fully submerged. The metal underbelly of the van scrapes against the rocks on the lake floor, which makes a downright horrifying sound underwater. With one hard push, I wonder what that sound was, my door finally opens, and I begin to squeeze my way out. I look over my shoulder, seeing the faint outline of rust-colored fur in the back of the van, Leo seemingly trying to get Chase. My lungs begin to burn, and I realize I can't see the surface. I kick my legs, trying to push myself off the slimy lake bed. The pressure on my eardrums are like drills pushing into my skull. The seconds pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you holding your breath right now, guys? And finally, I breach the surface. After a moment, the water splashes, and Chase and Leo emerge from the depths. Leo, I'm a fucking otter. I'm fine. Guys. Carl pants, the ram appearing to be clutching one paw onto TJ's shoulder to keep afloat. He can't really swim well, thanks to his hooves. TJ looks to be struggling to keep their chins both above the waterline. Where's Dude Man? What? Daxton. I don't know. Did anyone see where that thing went? Wait. Oh, the thing. The socket monster. I was like, his name's Daxter, not a thing. We need to get out of the water. I can see it. I can see and hear. It can be in here with us. I know it. Oh, right. TJ's voice sounds like a mix of a whisper and a shout. Please. His voice cracks like a 12-year-old as he stutters with a mixture of the cold water and shock. I look around, the mass of bobbing heads surround me, but neither Daxton nor whatever attacked us is anywhere in sight. In fact, land is like 100 yards away. How the fuck? Daxton! Dax! Carl, you need to stop yelling. Jin's tone is hushed, but firm, the wet fennec looking like a soggy mop in the moonlight. I notice a glint of steel and realize she's still holding Duke's gun. Now question, would Dax be good at this? Because isn't he a salamander? I don't know, are salamanders naturally good at swimming? I left mine on the lake floor. TJ's right, we need to get to shore. There's a coldness in her voice, one controlled by fear. It takes her a moment to realize what she's saying, and a horrible contortion of worry and guilt crosses her soaked features. Chase, can you get him? I don't know. I don't know. No way. You're in no condition. TJ looks down, opening his mouth to speak, but nothing but whimpers escape him. Fucking hell. It's probably all the way down in the van. We gotta get him. He's a salamander, right? So, I know his kind can hold their breath a little longer than we can. Yeah, I don't know why the fuck he dawdled, though. Chase, you're the only fucker here who can hold your breath that long. You can barely breathe as is, Flynn. I'll do it. Even though he, can hardly swim? Carl pushes himself off TJ. I sink like a stone anyway. Yep. Is he this fucking stupid? I swiftly doggy-paddle my way over, grabbing the ram's arm and forcing it around my shoulder. Yeah, you fucking will. And how's your stoned ass gonna get the both of you back up? I think I can. No way, man. Keep Chase upright for me. Flynn? The wolf rolls his shoulder forward and dives underwater. I quickly paddle over with Carl, now clinging to my back. Chase takes hold of my outstretched hand, nervously peering into the depths below. He accepts the help, but he seems fairly alright with keeping himself afloat. We float there in silence. I try to see what's going on beneath the waves, but the visibility is frankly ass soup. Leo never really Never really been a stellar swimmer. Fuck. Chase isn't even that good either, beyond not needing to come up for air for a long time. Better than me, at least. When the water gets cold, I start shutting down, I guess. My muscles are already starting to feel rubbery, and the urge for heat is strong. It's the worst. It's the worst of my feet, where the water's deepest and the moonlight can't reach. Fortunately, Carl and Chase are warm. The two cling to me in silence. I can feel the ram's whiskered chin on the back of my neck, and Chase shuddered breathing on my shoulder. Were it any other time, it might actually be comforting. Right now, I just hate the waiting. I hate not being able to do anything but tread water. I definitely hate not knowing what's out there in the hills, or how the fuck we even got in the middle of the damned lake. Auntie always warned me that the world's more than what we perceive, that our ideas of how reality works are limited to what we have experienced prior. I ain't even been stuck in a fucking road time loop. I ain't ever been stuck in a fucking road time loop, attacked by a pissed off electrical socket man, or launched in the middle of a lake before. So everything just kind of feels unreal. A full minute has passed now. He should have surfaced by now. This is Leo we're talking about. He wouldn't have come up for air if he saw a dude man was stuck down there. God, this is so stupid. Jenna, TJ, help keep these two afloat. I'm going down. The Fennec gives a solemn looking nod. She begins to swim over to me when what seems like a geyser of water splashes up in front of us, followed by strained gasps of air. Daxton's blue eyes are wide, his slick form quivering in the wolf's arms. With a quick shove, the salamander jolts free, and he begins to swim to shore with gasping panic. We all follow suit, though. In the end, though I end up quickly behind, trying to support Carl and Chase. Daxton's the first to get to shore, then Jenna, TJ, Leo, and finally us. All my adrenaline is completely tapped out at this point, and I fall on my knees in the sand. My arms are like jello. Thanks, Flynn. Jason coils himself from me, his voice wheezy, and breaks out in a raspy cough. Leo quickly hurries over, taking Chase under his arm. Easy, easy. We're safe now. The fuck we are. I peer around. Even with my eyes having adjusted to the dark, I'm still having a hell of a time seeing beyond 20 yards or so. Jenna gives me a quick nod, holding up Duke's pistol and showing me she still has it. The soaked Fennec would look comical were not for the direness of the situation. She must put so much conditioner on her fur to keep it that fluffy. Yeah, thanks, dude. Carl proceeds to fall flat on his back, spread eagle in the sand, his hefty guts rising and falling. Yeah, well, everyone okay at least? He didn't deserve... TJ mumbles something. The lynx, sitting on his arms, with his arms around his knees, staring out into the lake. He makes an effort to scramble back a few feet as the tide comes in. Jenna moves over beside him, hugging the lynx from the side. Shh, we need to get to Leo's. Leo lives on the outskirts of town by the old railway tracks. It's fairly isolated from the rest of town. Going there is not the worst idea, but if that fucking thing could catch us in a van going 50... Fuck, I saw it move too. Like a strobe of light was being turned off and on, and it got closer with every pulse. That is still the plan. Leo affirms it with a nod, the wolf standing upright and steady. He's trying not to show his exhaustion and fear. TJ just looks at Chase now, and he's got a shimmer in his eyes. He's crying again. Sorry, need to just stretch stuff. Chase, did Sydney... How long did he... He cuts off before he can finish. Come on, TJ, we have to go. Chase looks over at him. his expression is harder to read. He's just weak. What? Everyone seems to be attending, though not hearing the whimpering of TJ, ushering him along. I rise up to my feet, nearly tipping over myself as I get used to solid ground again. Jenna pulls TJ up with her, trying to move the lynx along. We'll get you laid down here in a bit, Chase. I'll see what meds I got in my cabinet. For some reason, she's hobbling a bit, like her foot is injured. Leo also follows suit, helping Chase up the shallow incline, the loamy soil, into the basin of dry grass. TJ peers back over his shoulder. He's still looking at Chase. That's when I notice a large rock and the Soul Canyon tree, with the Soul Canyon tree overhanging it. There's little bullet holes in the side of the trunk, 22 caliber. I made those. I look around, and right where Carl's lying, I see it. His blank stare, the blue eyes. He remind me of fish. This is where it happened. Carl sits upright, still clearly trying to catch his breath. At first, he doesn't seem to understand, but then the realization hits him as he sees the tree. Oh shit. And he looks good for, everything that's been happening and falling into a lake and stuff. Carl rises up to his hooves, cocking at the tree. He's still. That thing I saw when I wrecked my car, the one that brought us here just now, did it for a reason, I mean, I used to think my house was haunted. That it comes with the territory of big, spooky mansions. But maybe it's us. Carl extends out his paw to the surroundings. I assume he means the whole group. I sigh, feeling rather vulnerable out in the open without my repeater. The hysteria, it's affecting the whole town. Everyone goes crazy in their own way. It's what my aunt always told me. And it even got her in the end. Oh, her going crazy, not dead. I wonder if she's okay. Or if they found some other poor schmuck to blame the end times on. Then, why are we seeing all this? He gesticulates with a swirl of his hand to the tree and to the lake itself, before letting his arm fall limply at his side. We're all here for a reason. We meet each other's gaze, and Carl suddenly lets out a small chuckle, rubbing the space between his horns. Unless I'm just imagining you seeing this. I let out a puff of air and rubbed my face. You dream about me, huh? Seems like it. He shrugs. Next time, cut out the horror games before going to bed, yeah? I haven't seen a single zombie. It's bullshit. Well, I don't know if that's gonna change. Anyways, he looks towards the lake and sombers. Just kidding. Yeah. I'm not immediately sure what to say. In the middle distance, the group looks to be trudging through the dried up reeds and heading towards the train tracks down the pass. They're not waiting for us, which I guess is understandable, noting Chase's condition. Carl's watching them too, though he doesn't seem overly antsy to rejoin them. If Sid were, a ghost or a spirit or something, he wouldn't hurt us. Carl looks a little surprised, shifting his attention back towards me. What makes you so sure? I could tell by the tone in Carl's voice that he doubts that. I remember Carl was really sensitive growing up, sheltered by some folks, something fierce. He'd cry, and eat, and cry, and was basically a fat, spoiled TJ. It took me a while to figure him out, and for Sid, he didn't really have much grace for sensitive types. He was cool. I know you two never got along, but he had things rough at home. He loved hanging out with the group and all. Hell, he thought TJ was cool. What? No way. Well, he never said as much plain like. He just wanted to be him, I guess. To believe in God that To believe God was real and have a plan. To be good without having to try so hard. To have folks who gave a shit about him. Dude, those last 6 months. I think back to Chase's words. I know. He wasn't himself. Not really. After a long pause, he shrugs. If you say so, I believe it. I was different then too, I guess. I was just a child, and now I'm a man-child. I wave off the thought. At least Carl seems calmer now, or at least is doing a good job at blocking out the terror. He's still got his tie on through his shirt, though his shirt is completely soaked through, and I can see his chest underneath. When he faces us in the moonlight. Man, if this wasn't real. Anything you'd want to say to not real me? Without hesitation, Carl speaks. I like your dick. Not a real big fan of fishing, dude. I furrow my brow at him and sigh, before beginning to trudge the sand after the others. I can't even see them now. They must have picked up the pace. Dude. I stop. His voice is softer, apologetic. But I like it when you take me out, even if it seems like I'm whining the whole time. There's no seems like about it. You do whine the whole time. A brief sad smile crosses his thick muzzle. You guys still here? The salamander peers at us worriedly. Carl and I exchange a glance, then nod. Good, that's good. I lost the group. I don't know where Leo's house is, and they kept walking faster, and then they just... Daxon toys with his zipper at the bottom of his hoodie. Must have gone ahead of me. It's okay. I think we're supposed to be here. Right, dude? Carl looks to me. I cross my arms, unsure how confident I feel about the whole tapping into paranormal hunches. I don't know. It's just a feeling. The thing could have killed us easy like, and didn't. Instead, we're here. Daxon gives Carl a nervous look, clearly putting a wide berth between him and the lake. Okay. He seems jittery, which I suppose is valid. I can't believe Leo actually rescued you. I grunt, trying to rub what feels like the lake gunk out of my eyes. Why'd you even need saving? You're a natural water boy. Daxon rubs the back of his neck, his eyes flicking up as he tries to clearly recall whatever the fuck happened to him. I was trying to save you. His tone is concerned, the salamander peering at me, as if afraid I might crumble in front of him. The hell you were. I got out of there on my own, like 2 minutes before Leo dragged your slimy ass up from the depths. I thought I saw you drift off further down into the lake. You weren't moving. Anytime I tried to grab you, you just drifted further off, always with your back facing me. Eventually, I couldn't see anymore. It was too dark. He rubs his hands over his biceps rapidly, trying to warm himself. He exhales, looking briefly at Carl, then back to me. I'm sorry, I don't really understand what happened. There's not a lot going on right now I can really explain. That makes 3 of us here. Isn't say fucking? So, where's here exactly? Where our friend died. Well, where he drowned, and later died in the hospital. Carl's bluntness takes me off guard. There's no coldness in his tone, just the truth of it. That's terrifying. Sorry I'm asked. After a moment, he speaks again, and sorry for your loss. I feel like this past week, I've just been a dingleberry to you guys. On you guys. It's okay. It's cool you're here. Everyone goes quiet. Daxon occasionally looks over his shoulder to see if there's any sign of the group. The group sent someone back for us, but no such luck. I'm starting to realize how exhausted I am. Coasting on adrenaline for an hour straight will really take the wind out of you. I lower myself first to a squat, then sit cross-legged on the sand. Despite all the water and vegetation, the air still feels kind of dry and smoky. I wonder where that fire's coming from. No response. I look over, and Carl and Daxon are sitting together, watching the tide. They look as tired as I am. What do you want to happen here? Carl eventually speaks, his tone droll and somewhat monotone. I look towards the tree with all the bullet holes. I just want to know what happened. Spooky. Well, I think with that being a kind of scene change, maybe, and us getting close to the time, and the last episode being a bit long, that's a good time to call it. Yay. So, that's going to be the end of this Let's Play. Let's just see. Let's see. We have about, 2 paragraphs left, you know? So, that's going to be the end of this Let's Play. So, please comment, cause I like comments, tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and would like to see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the video stuff at Chrome. Please remember Spain here and must have control of the pet population. And if you want to play this game, it's available free on itch.io, but if you want to support the people that made this game and are making other games, then you can go to Patreon, where it's this many a month. I'm holding up my fingers at R3. And until next time, another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Echo. So thanks and see ya.